Hi, welcome to my channel Math Science Solver. Today we will learn 9th Standard Social Studies History chapter Medieval India and Political Transition. So before we start this chapter, if you like this video, please subscribe and press bell button. Okay, today let us learn this chapter. So India is having many religion, Hindu, Muslims, Christians, etc. and they believe in their own gods, like Hindu believe in their god and Christians in their own god. Like all this you have seen in your previous class, what and all they believe it. They believe in Jesus when it comes to Christians, and Muslims they believe in Allah, and Hindus they believe in Krishna or Rama. But this was not the state of India when you see the history back to 12th century. Before 12th century, India believed in one god and one system, that is Hindu system. And India was divided into many small kingdoms rather than what we see today as one India, and many kings used to rule India at that time. And such a system is called multi-state political system. Each king had his own rules for his kingdom. A close look of such system is given by Rajput dynasties, which we will learn today, who ruled India during 9th to 12th century. But a drastic change in India can be seen in political, administrative, literature, art and architecture after 12th century when Turks invaded India. Before that also, India was invaded by Arabs and Turks, but they used to just loot the country and go away. But after 12th century, they started ruling and get into the administration part. Okay, so hence this period is called as transitional period. So from here on, we will see the Muslims rule, or it is also called as medieval era. So let us see the rulers of Rajputs and their contribution. The prominent Rajput dynasties who ruled India are Gurjara Pratiharas, Gharwalas, Paramaras, Solankis, Chandelas, Chauhans. So, first let us see Gurjara Pratiharas. The founder of this dynasty is Nagabhatta, although Lakshmana, the brother of Lord Rama of Ramayana period, is claimed as the founder of this dynasty, but the evidence points that Nagabhatta is the founder of this dynasty. So the ruling regions of this dynasty was Sindh region with Kanauj as its capital. Mirhara Bhoja and Mahendrapala were the prominent rulers of this dynasty. These rulers defeated Pratiharas and Palas and extended their kingdom till Bengal. Arab traveler Sulaiman had visited the court of Mihira Bhoja and appreciated his ruling and prosperity of the state. As a downfall, we can see that Mahipala, the successor of Mahendrapala, was a weak king, and during his time we see the decline of the dynasty. Next is Gharwalas. The founder of the dynasty is Chandradeva. They ruled northern India with Varanasi as their capital. Govinda Chandra was an important ruler of this dynasty. He extended his rule by defeating Palas and extending to Malwa and Magadha. He defeated even kings of Kalinga and Odisha. He had a good relationship with Kashmir and Gujarat and Chola rulers. Next is Paramaras. The founder of this dynasty is Upendra Krishna Raja. Paramara's dynasty had a prominent king, Bhoja, who was very strong king who extended his state by defeating Kalyani Chalukyas, Gangas of Kalinga, and northern Konkans. He was a poet by himself, and after him the dynasty became weak. Next is Solankis. The founder of this dynasty is Mularaja I. Bhima I, a famous king of this dynasty, was not able to protect Somanatha temple by Ghazni's invention. And Mularaja II defeated Muhammad Ghori near Mount Abu, and hence he is considered as a prominent ruler. And the famous Jain scholar Hemachandra has compiled a Prakrit dictionary Deshimala during Mularaja second period. Varadhavala is another prominent king of this dynasty. But as a downfall, we can see Alauddin Khilji defeating the ruler Karnadeva and making the kingdom to become a part of Delhi Sultanate. So next is Chandelas. They are the feudatory kings of Pratiharas. But when Paramaras declined, they freed themselves. Dhanga is the most famous king of the Chandelas. He is called Maharajadi Raja. He took hold of eastern part of Paramaras and extended his kingdom by defeating Pala and Adras. He extended military assistance to King Jayapala to fight back Turks. As a downfall, we can see that internal fight in the kingdom made Khilji sultans to conquer his kingdom. As a last and most prominent Rajput dynasty, we see Chauhans. And this dynasty was a very old dynasty. It started from 7th century itself. It's first started its rule from Ajmer of Rajasthan. Ajaya Raja, Vigraha Raja IV and Prithvi Raja III are the popular rulers of this dynasty. Prithviraj Chauhan was known for his bravery. He defeated Chandelas, gaining Maheba and Kalinjer. Prithviraj Chauhan defeated Muhammad Ghori at Tehran. Several times he defeated and sent him back. But Ghori did not stop. After several attempts, he was very successful in defeating Prithviraj Chauhan. This is the end of Rajputs, and after Prithviraj, everything came under the Delhi Sultanate. We have a very quick quiz here.